Hi there, today we're going to show you how to thread your Imagine Serger for a 2-thread overlock stitch, which is the stitch that we used in March Serger Club at Rich's Sewing and Vacuum when we made our infinity scarves. So the first thing we're going to show you, we're going to start from right to left. I have a pattern selector. I'm going to change my pattern selector to the letter C, which is going to give me a nice narrow hem. I'm also going to change my stitched length knob to a length of 3, and I'm going to make sure that my stitch width knob is the narrowest that it can be, which is also at a 3. I'm also going to engage my subsidiary looper, which is this funny little guy that sits on the right of my upper looper. So to engage it, I push it back slightly and flip it over to the left and make sure that the little piece that sticks out is in the eye of the looper itself. When we're threading our serger, we have a wonderful feature because it's got air jet threading. It has these tubular looper system. I love to say that, it reminds me of the 80s. I'm going to push my little button in here and turn my hand wheel towards me to engage my loopers. And you hear that big clink sound? That way you know you're ready to thread your loopers. I'm going to take my lower looper thread, which in this case we have is red. I'm going to pull about 18 inches of thread to make sure it gets all the way through my loopers and put a little bit in my threading port. And when I push down on my lever, air shoots that thread through, and you can see it right here. So it's just like magic. I'm now going to line up the little green lines on my hand wheel to make sure that my needles are at the proper height for my needle threaders. And we're going to use black thread for our needle thread. My right needle thread, I'm going to make sure that I bring it over to the left, up and over, into this thread guide right here. I have my needle threader. I can thread my left needle or my right needle. In this case, I'm going to thread my right needle. And there's a little metal barb that's going to come through the eye of the needle, and as I hold my thread up to it, the needle threader pulls that loop to the back. So not only can I easily thread my loopers, I also have a needle threader, which is awesome. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to do my 2-thread overlock on my sheer fabric and show you what a nice, fine, delicate seam it makes. So you can see it's a nice fine seam connecting my 2 pieces of fabric, and because it's not stressed when we made our infinity scarves, it's very nice and lightweight. So we can't wait for you to try that 2-thread overlock on your Imagine Serger.